Stand clear! It's that man again!
Yeah, it's me again, and I've got a little bag of shillings. It's a Barclays coin bag, but look at that. It's got here £5 worth of silver, obviously means cupra nickel, 10p, 5p, and 2.5p. Now, that was a sixpence, and I've got one here somewhere, there it is. That was a sixpence, so that was used from 1971 to 1980 when it was demonetised, and it was used as 2.5p. So this bag has got to be at least 44 years old. And the halfpence, we've got 50p's worth of bronze here, 2p, penny and halfpenny, and that was demonetised in 1984, I think. Got this from a charity shop a few weeks ago. Normally you don't see coins on display. You have to go and ask at the counter, have you got any coins? And 99% of the time they say, no, we haven't got any. Or, oh, we put them aside because someone comes in and collects them. So, but this time he did have this. So I said, how much do you want for it? And he just stared at me. And I thought, well, I'm not making you an offer. You tell me what you want for it. And in the end he said, £5. I said, yep, okay, thank you very much. What's intriguing me is the staples. Look how rusty they are. So I think that was originally stapled up probably 44 years ago, at least, because of that. But I hope it hasn't got too damp in there. Something sent them rusty. Yeah, I thought I'd wait till I've got a chance to video it before I opened it, and I have had a closer look through there. They do look in nice condition. 1960, look at that one. I did see some 5p's in there as well. So you should be able to tell by the date on that. There's another one there. What's that? 78. Oh, come on, let's open it, shall we? I was going to rip it open, but I thought, no, the bag's probably a collector's item on its own. So let's get those staples out of there if we can. Okay, can I do that with my finger? No, they're tougher than they look. No, I don't want to damage the bag or stick a rusty staple in my thumb, so I should be able to do it like this. Pull that one up. Oh. They are tougher, much tougher than they look. Right. Right, let's bend that one round as well. Right, let's straighten them up. So now, if I get my pliers, should come out of there. Without damaging the bag too much. There we go. I feel like keeping that. That's a sad thing about when you're a collector. You just want to keep everything. Same again with this one. I'll hold that down. If I can grab this one. That's it. Okay. And we could probably pull that one out now. Without damaging the bag. There we are. Now, am I sad? Would you keep those staples? No, of course you wouldn't, would you? Alright, there we are. Let's see what we've got, shall we? Let's just pick one out of there and have a look. First one. Some people will be saying you should be wearing gloves, but I like the feel of a coin. It's part of coin collecting to me. So you wear gloves if you want to, but I don't. Right. It's an English 1953. Does look in nice condition. Before we carry on, I've got a Whitman coin album 1953 to date, but I did start putting some in. What really annoyed me was the way it was printed. Now, I didn't think I suffered with OCD, but every time I see this, look at that. Oh god, that annoys me so much. So I had to get another one. So I got this one. I got it from eBay recently, £7.50. Very nice condition. But the last date with the mintage figure is 1960. After that it just says English and Scottish, and after 1962 there's nothing at all. So this album must have been printed around 61, I should think, 61, 62. I'm not going to write anything on the blank ones, but if we do find any of those, then I'll just put the information on the screen. Here's the first one then. Yeah, as I said, it's the English version of the shilling with the 3 lions. 1953, and it is very nice condition. So the first one, 1953, nearly 42 million of those, and I would say that's in extremely fine condition. I don't think that's done much circulating. And I'll put the average selling price down in this left hand side corner. Okay, let's put them on here so I can film it, and then we'll grab another one. Let's see what we've got here. That's a 1955, and that is a Scottish version. See, it's got the single lion on there facing to the left. Standing lion. There's a few marks there, but is it a fingerprint? That's probably not, is it? But I can't see, that's not done any circulating at all, is it? That is virtually uncirculated. So that one goes there, 27.9 million. And you'll see it says up here type 1 and these are type 2. Let me show you the difference. It's all about the obverse, the head side. So let's turn those over. That's a 53 and there's the 55. On the 53 you see the words Brit Om there, and they were removed from 54 onwards. Brit Om, that's abbreviated Latin for all the Britons. Some say it was removed for political reasons, to reflect the independence of former colonies for instance, but I just think it looked too cluttered. It was the first year of Elizabeth coins, and Elizabeth was such a long word, it just looked cluttered. I think that's the real reason it was removed. That's those two back in place, and I've straightened that one up a little bit. Look. Okay, next one. Oh, that's a decimal one, that's the first decimal one, and look at the condition of that. 1979. That's lovely, isn't it? Tiny little scratch on the Queen's cheek there, but right, I'm going to put the decimal ones to one side for now. And I'll grab another one. It's Scottish. It's 63, and again the quality. Look at that. Some people say, when I say it's uncirculated, they say, oh, it's not shiny enough to be uncirculated. But a bunk coin, or a brilliantly uncirculated coin that you get in packets, is different to just a normal coin that hasn't done much circulating, or any circulating at all. And this one certainly hasn't done much. You can have little dents and tiny little scratches where the coins have been in the hopper with the other coins when they're being minted, but they're still classed as uncirculated coins. So that will be 63 English, and this one is 63 Scottish. Please click that like button for me and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Sue, please ask the nice viewers to subscribe to the channel.
Please subscribe, you lovely people.
Was that your Dick Van Dyke Cockney accent there? Okay, what we got here then? 1954. Again, Scottish. Again, excellent condition. 1954 Scottish. No duplicates yet. You can see WG each side of the shield. That's the initials of the designer, William Gardner. 1954 Scottish, 26.7 million. Okay, next one. Oh, we've got a George VI, 1947, and that is not in as good condition. That is definitely a circulated coin. Nowhere near as good as the Elizabeth's. It's a Scottish with the lion sitting on the crown facing forward. And you can see the flag of St Andrew there and the Scottish thistle. Designed by George Kruger Gray. It's a shame. I was hoping those were all going to be in excellent condition, but that's certainly done a lot of circulating. I've got an album, 1937 to 51, but that's a full one. I haven't got a spare one. So what I'll do, I'll just put them at the top there and put the information next to it. Okay, the next one is another Elizabeth. Again, that's nice condition. 1957 Scottish. nearly 18 million of that one. Shame about the George VI. I wanted it to be as good condition. But what do I expect for a fiver? There's a 63. English, 3 lions. Okay, but that's nice. That is nice condition. I can't see that that's done any circulating. So 63 English will go there. Quite a high mintage figure there. 44.7 million of that one. It's not straight though, is it? Which one's not straight? Where's the... That is that one. Let's just move that. Let's make it a bit... Oh, that's better. Right, I might have to speed this up a bit. It's going to be a massively long video if I carry on at this speed. There's another George VI, 1950. This time it's the English version with the lion again standing to the left, facing forward. That is 1950. So let's put that one down there. Again, a circulated coin. 19 million, but it's not going to be worth much in that condition. Next one. That is, let's see, that's a Scottish 53. So we already found the English 53. That's the Scottish version. They were all made in Tower Hill in London. Some represent England and some represent Scotland. 20.6 million of that one. So the prices I'm putting on the screen are the average selling prices from eBay. So I go to eBay sold prices, and then I look through a few and put the average price of what they're selling for today on the day I'm making the video. That's all I can do really. Right, here we have a 1975. That's a decimal 5p, but that's to one side. Come back to that later. Next one is another George V, George VI, sorry, 1951. Scottish version. So that can go down there. Information there. And I can't see what that price is yet, because when I finish the video, I'll go back, check them all, and I'll superimpose it in, and it will appear there. Right, let's just grab 3. Right. I've got to speed this up. Lasts forever. Okay, we've got an English 1956. There's another George VI and another circulated coin, 1951 this time. English version. Another English version of 1957. No duplicates yet. I think there's going to be a whole set here. And there is a 1958 Scottish. Again, lovely condition. All right, let's get them on in the book. 1956 English. 1951 English can go there. 1957 English. And this 1958 Scottish, really nice condition. Quite highly minted though. So these two are 63. I've got 64, 65 and 66. Now 66 was the last year shillings were minted in 1966. So all these would be spare. So shall I put the George ones in there? No, it says 53 on there, doesn't it? 53. So no, I'm not going to do that. Abandon that idea. I'll get a new Whitman folder. Right, let's grab a few more. Okay. There is a 1966 England. What happened in 1966? 3 lions. About time it happened again. Never will though, will it? Of course it will. 2026 England winners. 54 English again. Again, cracking condition. Another Scottish one here. What's this? 65. 1965 Scottish. There's another George VI. 1947 English. Again, that has been well circulated. Another one. 48 English. There's a decimal one. What's this? Nice condition. 1971. Actually, the first year it was used as a 5p. They were released in 68 and used as a shilling. One there is a 1953. Ah, we've got a 53 English, so that must be the obverse. That's probably why that's in there. This is going to be a full set, isn't it? So that would be the obverse of the type 1, which we looked at earlier. So there's 63, 64, 65, 66, so that one. So that will go in there. $19.54 in there. The 65 Scottish will be that one. That is there. But what is the mintage figure for a 1965 Scottish shilling? In this misprinted book here, it says 1965 Scottish 2,016,000. If you go to Wikipedia, shillings, scroll down to Scottish 1965, it says 31,364,000. But then if we go to All Coin Values website, 1965 Scottish shilling, 2,774,000. And New Mister also go for that, so that's the one I'm going for. 47 English can go there. And a 48 English can go there. And another 5 new pence, decimal 1971, and we'll have a look at that at the end. Right, a few more. Okay. We have got a 61 Scottish. 1961, that's one of the lower minted of the Elizabeths. I'll put the figures up in a minute. There's a 1966 Scottish. Still no duplicates. 1960 English. Again, I just can't over the condition of these. There's George, and that's not so good. 1950 Scottish. 1949 Scottish. Is that a line on there? No. 1948 Scottish. There's another decimal. A little bit of a mark on there. Other than that, nice condition. 1970. And a 61 English. 61 Scottish. 66 Scottish. 1960 English. 61 English. And there's 3 from George VI. There's the 49 Scottish. I need to spread these out a bit. Because there's a 50 Scottish. So there's a 50 Scottish which can go there. And the 48 Scottish can go there. And this 1975p, and that would have been in excellent condition if it wasn't for that mark there. I wonder if that's got anything to do with the rusty staples. This looks like it's going to be a full set of the Cupra nickel shillings, because there's nothing before 47, because that would have been 50% silver. And then it goes on past into the decimals. Well, nothing pre-47 yet, but we can hope. Let's get some more. Right. 1966 Scottish. Oh, I've got that, but that could be the obverse. Yeah, that's going to be the obverse of the Type 2, so if I put that straight in there. There's another 5 new pence. Is that going to be a duplicate? Ah, there's 68, so that's the first year it was released into circulation and used as a shilling. And there's another one there. 77. Right, there is a 1959 English. '56 Scottish. 58 English. 62 English. 1955 English. 59 Scottish. That is a low mintage one. That's the lowest mintage of the shillings. The Elizabeth shillings. What condition is it in? Probably not in as good condition as I'd hoped. Still a nice one to have. And 65 English. Right, 56 Scottish in there. 59 English. And while I'm focused on that, let's put the 59 Scottish in there. Nice one to have. Look at that. 1,012,000, or nearly 1,013,000. 58 English. 1955 English. 1962 English. 65 English will go in there. And a couple of 5p's to put with the others for now. Right, let's get the rest out of the bag. Let's get the rest out of the bag there. And I'm going to put the staples back in the bag for safekeeping. Sad. There's one George VI in the last handful, 1949. So that can go there, and that should be all of those now. Let's have a look at the two different types of George VI shillings. Type 1 had the words Ind Imp, which is abbreviated Latin for Emperor of India. That title ceased to be, and from 1949 onwards, that was omitted from the coin. King George VI was no longer Emperor of India. Those two are 47, 48, 49, 50, and yep, 51. If you find a 1952 shilling, please send it to me, because only two are thought to exist, and I think they're proofs. Let's put the details on the English 49. Hopefully, in this last handful, we should have both 64s. We should have the 1960 Scottish and the 62 Scottish. Let's hope so. There's a decimal one to start with, though, a 1980. That fits in with the coin bag date. 1960 Scottish. There's a 62 Scottish. Bit of a mark on there though. That'll come off. Another decimal. 69. Another one we haven't got. What we got here? Yep, 64 English. So this should be the 64 Scottish. Yes, full set. And the last one is a decimal of 5 new pence, 1978. There is 64 English and the 64 Scottish. Go in those two gaps. There is a 1960 Scottish. And the last one for that album, I just dropped it. Where's it gone? There it is. 1962 Scottish. Try and get them straight. I do get moaned at when I put them, so I'll have to move it later. 1962 Scottish. Filled the album up, lovely. There's 10 spaces and 10 coins there. I'm tempted to put them in. No, I won't do that. That'll encourage me more then to get an album for the older ones. And the decimal, 5 and new pences. I've got a 68, 69, 70, 71, then 75, 77, 78, 79, and the last one 1980. And the last one being 1980 fits in well with the 2.5p still being on the bag, demonetised in 1980. This is my 5p sheet, which I started a few weeks ago in my video Coin Collecting for Beginners. Don't know whether you saw that. I do need a decent 68. So that one can go in there. Okay, that's a 68 in there now. I've got a 69, got a 70, got a 71. 72 is proof only, and 73 is proof only. 74 also proof only. 75, I've got that anyway. 76 was an NIFC. Right, 1977. And I did get a really nice 1977. And that's good because at 24 million, that is relatively low minted for a 5p. So that can go in there. 1977. I'll straighten them up later, don't worry. Well, I'm very happy with that for a fiver. But you can't help feel a little bit guilty. I mean, who collected them? Someone went to all this effort to collect these coins. Every Cooper nickel one from 1947, well, right up to 1980 actually. Who put them in the bag? Did the collector put them in the bag? Someone else? Who stapled it? There they are, look. Well, they're mine now, and I will look after them. But you can't really say that about coins, can you? We don't own coins. Coins own us for a little while, and then they move on. There we go then. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.